Have you ever found yourself staring at your phone, waiting for a message from one specific person? Have you ever felt that flutter in your stomach when their name lit up your screen? Then you know exactly what I'm going to talk about today. But what about the other side? Can you tell when someone is feeling that way about you? The truth is, most people walk past these signs every single day and simply don't see them. Today, I'm going to change that. Stay until the end, because the seventh sign is the most overlooked of all, and it might be exactly what's happening to you right now. Sign 1. They remember everything you say. You casually mentioned that you don't like cilantro. 2 weeks later, you're at a restaurant and they make a point of saying, "Order it without cilantro, right?" It sounds simple. It might even seem like a coincidence, but it isn't. When someone is falling in love with you, their mind stores every little detail as if it were precious information. Your dog's name, the team you root for, that story you told about your grandmother. They don't do it on purpose. They do it because unconsciously they are building a map of who you are. And that map only gets built when someone truly matters. If a person is remembering small things you said weeks ago, know that you have taken up an important space in their head. Sign 2. Time with you is never ending. You've been talking for 3 hours, and when you look at the clock and say, "Wow, it's getting late," they seem genuinely surprised. Time flew by. This happens because when we're near someone who awakens something in us, the brain enters a different state. Dopamine rises, attention narrows, and everything around us disappears. They're not being polite when they say time passed quickly. They're being honest. And more than that, notice what happens next. Do they start inventing reasons to keep going? Suggest one more coffee? Offer to continue the conversation on the way out? People who want to leave, leave. People who are falling in love create excuses to stay. Sign 3. Their body language points toward you. This one is nearly impossible to fake. The body speaks before the mouth does. When someone is attracted to you, their feet turn in your direction even when they're talking to other people. Their shoulders open up. Their body leans slightly forward. Their eyes shine just a little brighter. There is also mirroring, which is when they start copying your gestures without realizing it. You cross your arms, they cross theirs. You smile, they smile. You reach for your glass, they reach for theirs. This behavior is one of the most studied in psychology and signals a deep connection. It's the body saying, "I want to be in sync with you. Pay attention to this next time. You will be surprised." Sign 4. They get nervous in the most endearing way. Did they stumble over their words? Drop something? Laugh for no reason? Turn red out of nowhere? These moments that look like little slip-ups are actually emotional thermometers. When we're near someone who affects us, the nervous system fires up, the heart races, the hands get a little sweaty, the voice loses control for just a second. This has nothing to do with immaturity. It has to do with impact. You impact this person, and they can't hide it completely. Of course, nervousness alone doesn't mean love. But nervousness combined with the other signs on this list? Then yes, pay close attention. Sign 5. They include you in the future without realizing it. There's an amazing show next month. Would you want to go? This new restaurant just opened nearby. We should totally check it out. When you come visit my city, notice these phrases. They sound like simple invitations, but they are so much more than that. When someone starts projecting you into their future, even casually, it's because unconsciously they have already written you into the story of their life. People who don't care about you speak in the present or the past. People who are falling in love build an imaginary future where you exist right beside them. If you're hearing phrases like these, don't brush them off. Sign 6. They are genuinely interested in your life and not the polite "How are you?" out of habit. It's a real, deep, almost investigative curiosity. How did that difficult meeting go that you mentioned? How is the situation with that family member? Did you ever try the thing you were thinking about? There is a massive difference between someone who asks out of courtesy and someone who asks because they genuinely want to know. Someone who is falling in love wants to understand what worries you, what drives you, what hurts you, what makes you laugh, not out of idle curiosity, but because knowing you better is a way of getting closer. It's a way of saying, without words, I care about what happens to you. Sign 7. They behave differently only around youth. This is the most overlooked sign and P.S. the most powerful of them all. Have you ever heard someone say about a person, they're not like that with everyone. I don't know what happens when the two of you are together? That is a massive sign. When someone falls in love with you, you bring out a version of them that maybe even they didn't fully know. They become lighter, more joyful, more open, or sometimes quieter, more thoughtful, more careful with their words. The point is, they are different with you, and that different is specific. It's exclusive. It's for you. People don't change their behavior for no reason. They change when someone affects them in a way they simply cannot control. Love rarely arrives with a sign that says, I am falling for you. It arrives in messages sent at the wrong hour, in glances that last 1 second too long, in memories no one should have held onto, in futures imagined out loud, almost by accident. If you recognized any of these signs in someone in your life, maybe it's time to start paying closer attention. And maybe, just maybe, it's time to let them know you've noticed. Now I really want to hear from you. Which of these 7 signs did you recognize the most? Have you ever lived through a moment like this? Is there someone in your life doing one or more of these things right now? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And if this video made you think of someone specific, share it with them. Sometimes a video does what courage hasn't managed to do yet.